Just as I lost my job, our landlord told us that we had to move out. We only had 1 month to find a new place and move everything. Our daily lives were turned upside down. Everyone had to put aside their own work to help search for a new home. If we couldn't find one in time, we simply wouldn't have a place to live. And we were not moving alone. There were 5 people, 8 cats, and 2 dogs, many of them rescued from the streets. At 36, with no stable job, no house of my own, and 10 pets depending on us, I kept asking myself one question: where could all of us go? The house had always been for sale. The owner rented it to us while waiting for a buyer, and we agreed to let potential buyers visit from time to time. It sometimes disrupted our daily life, but the rent was slightly lower than the usual price for a house like that. More importantly, it gave our family and the pet a comfortable place to live. We knew the arrangement would not last forever, but after 2 years, the house had become part of our lives. When the time finally came to leave, I still felt deeply attached to it. Hi, I'm Bao. I'm 36 years old and living in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. I live with my wife. We do not have children or a house of our own yet. We also share our home with my brother-in-law, his wife, and their 3-year-old daughter. Together, our household includes 5 people, 8 cats, and 2 dogs. Finding another rental in Ho Chi Minh City was not simple. The house needed to be safe, reasonably priced, and suitable for pets. Most importantly, the landlord had to accept all 10 of them. Every time we looked at a house, we had to ask ourselves, can all of us really live here? After a difficult search, we finally found this rental on the outskirts of Ho Chi Minh City. To find a place with enough room at a price our family could afford, we had to move quite far from the city center. This means longer commutes and more time spent traveling each day. In return, the neighborhood is quieter. There is less traffic. There are no houses directly opposite us, and the surroundings feel more open. From the outside, the house may look quite spacious because it has 3 floors. However, the actual living area is not as large as it may seem. The ground floor is about 5 meters wide and 17 meters long, but the upper floors are only around 5 by 10 meters. A high-voltage power line runs across the front of the property. Because the house is close to the power line safety corridor, the upper floors could not be built across the full length of the land. That's also why the house was built this way. The rent is around $500 per month, excluding electricity and water bills. Based on the other homes we looked at, this is about $100 to $150 less than places with a similar amount of space in more convenient locations. For us, it feels like a reasonable trade-off. We have longer commutes, and the house is not perfect, but our family has a quiet place with enough room for everyone and our pets. My favorite part is the balcony. It has a fish pond and is fully enclosed with safety netting. It gives the cats an open space where they can lie in the sun, enjoy the fresh air, and relax without me constantly worrying that they might run into the street or get hurt. Not every rental home has a space that works so well for a family with many pets. After days of worrying that we might not find the kind of place we needed, this house gave us a hopeful new beginning. For the first time in a while, I finally felt that we had found a new home, a place where we could feel secure and begin the next chapter of our journey. Finding a new home solved one problem, but it did not solve everything. I was still unemployed and uncertain about what I should do next. I have tried many kinds of work. I once ran a small grocery business and later worked in food service. Then I went back to school and trained in CNC design and machining for furniture production. COVID interrupted both my work and my studies, so I graduated later than expected. I did not begin that new career until I was around 31. For a while, I thought my life had finally become stable, but now, at 36, I am once again looking for a new direction. The job market is difficult, and many employers seem to prefer younger candidates or set age limits for certain positions. I am not in a desperate situation. I may not know what to do next yet, but I'll keep trying to move forward. I never imagined that one day I would share my home with so many cats and dogs. They came into my life one by one. I found some in parks, others on the streets, and a few near garbage dumps. Most of them had been abandoned. They were hungry, dirty, injured, and in desperate need of help. At first, I only planned to feed them and care for them temporarily. I took them to the vet, had their injuries treated, got them vaccinated, and looked after them until they were healthy enough for adoption. Sadly, not every rescue had a happy ending. Some of the ones we lost, like Angel, So, and Ven, are stories that I still find difficult to talk about. I'll share them with you another day. For those who recovered, I shared their stories on social media, hoping to find each of them a responsible and loving home. Some found wonderful families and are still living happily today. Others stayed with us because I could not find the right home for them. In my experience, local cats, often called meo ta in Vietnam, are usually more difficult to find new homes. Most people can only care for 1 or 2 cats, so they often choose breeds such as British Shorthairs, British Longhairs, Persians, and Munchkins because they're beautiful and cute. Local cats are so common here, they are often overlooked, but they can be every bit as affectionate, intelligent, and deserving of a safe and loving home. I also have to be very careful when choosing adopters. Not everyone who responds to an adoption post is ready for the long-term responsibility of caring for a pet. My priority is always to make sure that each one will be safe and treated well. When I could not find a suitable home, I kept them myself. Little by little, they became part of my family. Today, I live with 8 cats and 2 dogs. 6 of the cats are local cats that I rescued after they had been abandoned. During difficult times, they have given me comfort, purpose, and a reason to get up every morning. They depend on me for food and care, but they also give me something that is difficult to explain, the feeling that I am still needed. That is why I decided to start Bao's life. I want to share what it's really like to live with 10 pets, rebuild my life, and face whatever comes next. Along the way, I'll share the story behind each of my pets and the little moments that make this house feel like home. One day, I hope to build a place where more stray cats and dogs can finally feel safe. I don't know exactly how I'll get there yet, but I hope this channel will be the first step on that journey. Thank you for taking the time to watch our story. Your support, encouragement, and kind words mean more to us than you know. I don't know where this journey will lead us, but if you'd like to be part of our journey, welcome to Bao's Life.